Welcome. This is your daily space to explore ideas and improve your English skills. Listening every day will boost your vocabulary, your listening, and your confidence. Make it a habit, and you'll see real progress. Please subscribe and keep learning with us.
It's like pure science fiction, doesn't it? But what if, just what if, we're actually getting close to making that a reality? In this deep dive, we're going to look at the latest tech, the really big hurdles, and maybe some surprisingly realistic timelines for humans living under the sea, based on some fascinating sources. So let's start with the big one. Why? Why even think about building cities underwater? Is it really practical or, still mostly a dream?
That's a great question. And it's not just why anymore, it's how these reasons have become, pretty urgent, actually. It's not just about running out of space on land, though that's part of it. We're looking at a global population hitting, 9.7 billion by 2050. That pushes land scarcity towards crisis levels.
1.7 billion? Wow.
Exactly. And then layer on climate change, rising sea levels. Suddenly, coastal areas are under serious threat. So underwater cities shift from being this, cool idea to potentially a necessary one. Plus, don't forget the seabed itself. Vast resources down there. Things like methane hydrate, that's basically frozen natural gas, huge amounts of it, and rare earth minerals. Crucial stuff for energy, for tech.
Okay, that definitely changed the perspective. Less sci-fi, more potential necessity. So if the drivers are that strong, what's actually happening? Are there real projects, things we can point to?
Oh, absolutely. We are seeing real steps, not just blueprints. Now, full cities, no, not yet. But the building blocks are being put in place. Look at the Poseidon Undersea Resort in Fiji. Okay, it's luxury, it's commercial. But fundamentally, it proves we can create comfortable, safe environments with pressure and oxygen managed for people underwater right now.
So the basic tech is viable.
It is. And then you have more ambitious things, like Japan's ocean spiral concept. That came from Shimizu Corporation back in 2014. It's a vision for a deep-sea city that actually produces energy using water pressure and makes its own oxygen from seawater.
Energy and oxygen generation. That's ambitious.
Highly ambitious. And China's involved, too, with their Hainan Islands Sea Observation Station. That's more scientific, focusing specifically on the tech needed for long-term living underwater. These are real investments, real research.
Incredible. Okay, so progress is being made, but let's unpack the really tough parts. What are the absolute biggest hurdles to scaling this up, to making real cities, and how do we even begin to tackle them?
Right, the challenges are immense, huge. Let's start with water pressure. It's just mind-boggling. Every 10 meters down adds about 1 atmosphere. So at 100 meters, you're typing 11 times normal atmospheric pressure squeezing in.
11 times, okay.
Yeah. So structures need to be incredibly strong. Think spheres, cylinders, shapes that handle pressure well, and materials. We're talking advanced stuff. Titanium alloys, high-strength composites. Carbon fiber composites in multi-layer shells. That's the kind of innovation needed.
Makes sense. What about breathing? Keeping the air safe?
Absolutely critical. Oxygen supplied in a sealed box underwater. You could run pipelines from the surface, sure, but for sustainability, seawater electrolysis is key, splitting water into hydrogen and oxygen using renewable power. There's even research into using algae in bioreactors, photosynthesis underwater, and really advanced tech like solid oxide electrolysis cells, SOECs. Super efficient, can run at high temps, integrate with AI to keep the O2-CO2 balance just right.
AI managing the air quality. Wow.
And that links to the next big one, waste and CO2. Just like the ISS, the International Space Station, CO2 builds up. You need adsorption devices, biofilters, complex life support, really.
Like space, but underwater.
Pretty much. And finally, power. Sunlight doesn't penetrate very deep, so you need alternatives. Offshore wind turbines on the surface, tidal energy converters, maybe even tapping geothermal heat from the seabed. The idea is likely a hybrid grid combining sources.
The engineering challenges are just staggering, but okay, stepping back. If we're developing these solutions, what's a realistic time frame? When can we actually see underwater communities, and what are the big trade-offs?
Okay, timeline. It's becoming, let's say, less fuzzy. We might see more permanent research stations, maybe some tourist spots popping up by the 2030s.
The next decade or so.
Potentially. Then maybe communities of a few hundred people by the 2050s. Real self-sufficient cities with thousands. That feels more like the 2100s, maybe beyond. And there are huge non-tech issues too. Cost astronomical. International law, who owns the seabed? What are the rules? And the environmental impact. We need serious study before building in sensitive deep-sea ecosystems.
Huge question.
Definitely. But the potential benefits are there. New living space, climate-resilient homes, accessing resources sustainably. but the risks: seabed earthquakes, tsunamis, potential health issues from pressure, and just the sheer cost of building and maintaining everything.
So it seems underwater cities are shifting from, pure fantasy towards something tangible, maybe inevitable, given the pressures we face. The science and tech are certainly moving fast. It really makes you think, doesn't it? Imagine a future where our cities don't just scrape the sky, but plunge into the deep ocean. What new ways of life, what unexpected challenges, and what incredible discoveries might be waiting for us down there beneath the waves.